Mick Schumacher is being offered a second chance, potentially by France Dost. But Helmut Marko, does he want Mick in? Or does he consider Mick a prick? Thoughts?
I thought Mick Schumacher was done. I thought we'd more chance to see Michael Schumacher return to the grid than Mick, but it looks like that's not the case because Alpha Tauri boss rates Mick Schumacher and he wants to give him a second chance in Formula One. And to be fair, I can see why. I mean, even if you take away the name Schumacher aside, which I think is a pretty big, that's a pretty big
Thing to do. Obstacle.
yeah, no, that's a pretty fucking what's the word I'm
I
looking
don't know what the word you like.
But that's a good it's a good selling point, you know. I mean, why wouldn't you want Michael Schumacher's son in your team? It doesn't make a lot of sense. But even if you take away the name Schumacher and you take away the fact that it is the son of Michael, I just believe Mick Schumacher's got potential. I think he's put in good drives. I think he's raced against Magnussen, who I actually rate as a driver. I think he's looked pretty good against Magnussen, even though Magnussen did sort of dominate. I just look at AlphaTauri and I'm just not convinced with the current driver lineup.
Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda for me, he's got all the question marks in the world. Why is he considered better than Mick Schumacher?
Yeah, Yuki Tsunoda this will be his fourth season on
Third.
the. Is it really?
Aye.
Alright, his third season. In my opinion, he's done nothing in his previous two seasons to show that he's good enough. And now they've stuck in Nick de Vries into the seat, and he's like 27. Isn't AlphaTauri known to be the place that produces the next driver for Red Bull? I just don't. Is Shinoda ever going to be good enough for Red Bull? No. And is Nick de Vries at 27 going to be the next breakout star? I highly doubt it. So, in my opinion, AlphaTauri, I think they're wasting both seats at the moment.
Yeah, like Yuki Tsunoda, right? You can compare him to blah, 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 to Gasly, but Schumacher had 1 year in the shittest Haas known to man, with Mazepin, right? The car was about 2 seconds slower than any other car. So what chance did he have, realistically? Like, if you actually think it, right, the next fastest car, let's say it was the Williams, even though I know they beat Alfa Romeo on points. Russell was sticking it in Q3 every other weekend. He got a front row start on pace. No one on the fucking grid could have dragged that Haas into the top 10. So realistically, his first season's a dud. You can't say anything about it.
Yeah, you
There's
can't.
not a driver on the grid that would have got points in that Haas.
No, fuck no.
If it's a normal race, and that's everyone, right?
Yeah, that's including.
His second season, I'll admit,
That's including
It wasn't
girls
great.
don't wear dresses. Fucking or boys don't wear dresses.
Lewis Hamilton, you know, big bigot Lewis Hamilton. But back to the task at hand. Schumacher, I think in the next season, he got points in Silverstone, he got points in Austria. To me, I just think the fact he's Michael Schumacher's son, and we have seen glimpses of greatness for the guy. See with Shinoda in an AlphaTauri
I've seen nothing.
that was brilliant. See in 2021, AlphaTauri was a brilliant car.
Yeah, and he what did he do with it?
Look what Gasly was doing with it.
Yeah, Gasly was, albeit Gasly last season wasn't great, like, but yeah, and you could say it was Shinoda's first season, but still, I expected more.
I expect
We've
it
seen
more.
people come in and do great stuff in there. Look at Lewis Hamilton. Like, I know you can't compare everyone to Lewis Hamilton, but fuck me, first season he did alright.
Yuki Tsunoda's then shite. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Will Mick Schumacher get a drive? Personally, I think his time in F1 is done.
Nico Rosberg first season came in against Mark Webber.
And a wee
Did very
Williams,
well.
he did alright. But do you think he's done? I think he's
Mick
done.
Schumacher?
Yeah, I think he's done.
Well, I don't, because Franz Tost has suggested that he'll give him a...
It doesn't mean hee-haw. Maybe he'll get back in the door with the whole Ford agreement.
Well,
Thoughts on Ford coming back?
iconic name.
Although they're just going to engine Red Bull, so they're not really coming back.
Although I kind of... Oh,
Red
wait,
Bull
so,
Ford?
so they're not coming back as a manufacturer?
Engine supplier.
That's
Well, they could still buy a team, but I think they won't.
why do they have to buy a team? Why can't they just have their own team?
That's just the way stuff to do it now. Because I mean, look at what's the team Audi? They've bought Alfa Romeo. It's just the way they do it. They don't really start from scratch.
That's lame.
I think Haas will be the last team to start from scratch in F1.
That's lame.
Personally, I do.
I don't really like that.
I think from now on you'll just get 20 cars.
So there's no
Not-
team.
not 22,
You'll
not
never get in a
24.
like minority
No.
or
Well, AlphaTauri is minority.
I know. Well,
A very watered down,
so basically,
milked out minority.
but basically, well, you could argue, well, Red Bull's Jaguar and all that stuff. I mean, where do you draw the line?
Well, you can. You could. Fucking Mercedes is bronze GP.
Sauber's AlphaTauri, isn't it?
Yeah. Alpine's fucking Renault. Ferrari's Ferrari.
No, wait, Sauber's not AlphaTauri. Sauber's like Alfa Romeo, aren't they?
Yeah.
Who were Jordan, or did they just kind
Force
of
India.
force it? I don't really like that in F1. The way that there's this like lineage, and it's all the way. I mean, for me, I think when a team goes extinct or just leaves the grid, that should be it.
Like a Toyota.
I know one's really taking them, hinting it.
No one's took them.
What about Honda? Honda's Braun, and then that's Mercedes.
Exactly. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for this video.
It's basically just companies coming in and giving the car a lick of paint.
I want that one.
Aye, pretty much.
I think you should, I mean, I'm not got nothing against either argument, but I think it is a bit cheap the way, like, what Alfa Romeo will be able to say after 10 years when Audi leave, oh, well, we were technically Audi. You know, I don't like that.
Well,
Like, if Jaguar want to make a return, they can't go, oh, well, we won all those titles with Red Bull. Because you didn't. You won for
That's what I mean, it's cheap, but let's say you're a fan of Honda. Does that mean that you have to be a fan of Braun and then Mercedes?
Exactly.
If you were a Jaguar fan, are you all of a sudden a fan of
Red Bull.
Yeah.
I don't think it works like that. But anyway, check out all the vids. We're hitting you with the latest F1. We'll probably come up with some predictions soon enough. The season is around the corner. We've seen Williams and Red Bull reveal their cars. Again, Williams' car just looks very shite. Red Bull, it's the same car every year.
Yeah, mix up the colour design or something. Or
it was funny, like, because Christian Horner said, he's like, we've got the best driver pairing, and you had Danny Ricciardo standing there, probably feeling like a spare dick. But, I mean, let's be real, Max is at his best, so automatically it is the best driver pairing, you know what I mean? When Ricciardo was there, he was nowhere near the level he is now. So even, no matter what you think about Ricciardo and Perez, the fact that Max is at his level now, that is...
I would argue Perez has had consistency throughout his career. I think the fact that Ricciardo in the last 2 seasons, in an all-time list, I would rank Perez above Ricciardo.
Absolutely.
For the simple fact
I think he will finish with more wins.
For the simple fact is, I just think, I've never looked at Perez and thought, fuck, he was horrible. Whereas Ricciardo's last couple of years has been absolutely abysmal.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you could argue Ricciardo's got worse. His career's degressed.
Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Mick Schumacher, will he return? He thinks yes, I think no.
Got to wonder, should he... Maybe that's the next video we'll make. Should Ricciardo have been happy playing second fiddle?
Of course he should have been. Well, he's fucking ended up back playing third fiddle, so... He should have.
Second's better than third.
And that's it. Till next time, stay on the podium. Woo.